politics, Diana. We're talking about putting a manifestly irresponsible man on national television.
Johnny, you seem fired up about this ancient cave art stuff. What are you thinking? Yeah, Johnny, the cave art. Now, recently, we did a bloody terrific documentary on teaching children the art of bloody creativity. Oh, it was a great show. Now, during the making of that documentary, Johnny, I started looking at ancient cave paintings because in reference to what we were talking about with kids learning and that, and I started looking at them a little bit more closely. Yeah, this one in particular caught my attention.
But these were painted 35,000 years ago by early humans. It's some of the oldest art ever found, but opening it up to the public could destroy it.
Now, to me, Johnny, being an artist, I can see straight away that that's all been done by the one artist, probably in one sitting. That's the problem? What's that mean? Well, perhaps it means, Johnny, that art, back in these Neanderthal bloody days, was only a little offshoot that the occasional person did. Yeah, otherwise, if art was such a big thing for these communities, a big mystical thing for these communities, the fucking caves would be full of art.
About 18,000 until 10,000 BC, long before Stonehenge and the pyramids, back when mammoths and saber-toothed cats still roamed the earth, prehistoric people painted deep inside caves in this part of Europe. These weren't just crude doodles, but huge and sophisticated projects, executed by artists and supported by an impressive culture, the Magdalenians.
Yeah, well, I disagree with him there, Johnny. He's exaggerating. If that culture was so supportive of its artists, there'd be a hell of a lot more paintings. I mean, they were there for bloody thousands and thousands of years, this so-called supportive culture. If you're working out, that works out to about one drawing every bloody 10 years. That doesn't sound like a very supportive culture to me. Well, that'd be if there was 400 drawings, Johnny, they did one a year. Just one drawing a year, that'd be 400 years. Yeah, but they were there for... It sounds like bloody lonely individuals just sneaking off in the cave and painting whenever they could. Oh, Jesus, Johnny, that's pretty bloody radical. I could see that bear and lion artist there doing it with a charcoal. I reckon I'd be able to tell that same artist if he did another bloody drawing in another cave 200 miles away or another cave somewhere else. I'd be saying, that's the same artist. But you don't see it. You just see this stuff here. So you've got this someone who is very, very artistic and very talented, who just does one bloody set of artwork. I mean, what's going on? Oh, now you mention it, it does look like it's been done by the one person, yeah.
Chauvet Cave. The prehistoric paintings found here are some of the earliest in the world. It was discovered in 1994 and contains depictions of at least 13 various animal species, including cattle mammoths, cave lions, rhinos, cave hyenas, and human handprints. Radiocarbon dating revealed the artwork to be over 30,000 years old. Experts have found that there were two main phases of human occupation within the caves, the first of which lasted from 37,000 to 33,500 years ago and would have overlapped with cave bears. However, that doesn't mean humans and cave bears were both living in the caves at the same time. The second phase lasted from 31,000 to around 28,000 years ago. A rock fall that occurred during the second phase closed off the cave entrance, which...
To me, that's very, very sensitively done, skillfully done. I mean, they're modern techniques that this person's using with fucking charcoal. So they've obviously been practicing for a very long time. And if they're so good at it, why is there only a couple of particular spots where this artist has done it? I mean, what's going on? There must be something going on about fear, prejudice, or... right, yeah. Well, it just makes more sense to me. That's what would be going on. Rather than this great culture of bloody painting and doing all this sort of shit and it was so vitally important to the tribe and all that sort of stuff. The evidence doesn't show me that at all. Those paintings, those drawings there, they've got nothing to do with hunting or anything. They're not any spiritual thing like a couple of the bull ones and that. You see big bulls and everything, they look like they're done because they venerate the bloody buffalo or whatever. That's just practice sketching. And where's the finished bears and lions? Doesn't anybody in this bloody art world of cavemen feel like doing any more? Just one painting every 100 years? Otherwise the bloody caves would be full of bloody paintings. Yeah! So my guess is it must have been frowned upon, Johnny. Especially if you were a woman. Women?
At first I thought he was joking. He's not joking.
That would be the bloody, you couldn't bloody do it, you had to do it in secret. Oh, Johnny, I don't know about that. Women back then, they were just bloody cleaning bloody buffalo hides and cooking the fucking roots and doing all that sort of stuff. You don't get that good with charcoal just turning up one day in a cave with some bloody bushes burning for light and just do that. That's taken years of practice. And maybe bloody years of discouragement. And these women were scared of being ostracised. Is that what you're saying? Well, it does look pretty sensitive, that stuff. It's something that you may not expect a rough fucking caveman to be doing. Perhaps it wasn't bloody good karma or whatever the hell it was back then to have a woman doing such beautiful pieces of art. There are experts out there that have spent their life bloody studying this. If you go to university, Johnny, you got to stick with the bloody what's defined as the official version of all things in science, whether it's paleontology or archaeology or what. You can't dispute what the others have taught before you and have worked out and become famous on what they've taught. It must be what the original old blokes have bloody taught you. Seems to me science should have a bloody good look at itself and start looking at things through different eyes and coming up with a few different bloody theories. You've certainly bloody opened up a few different avenues of bloody thought on this, Johnny. I'm sure this bloody video is going to go viral.